How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road. Wahoo! We're going this way. There's a Colovia thingamajig over here. Miramore Hollow. And I have discovered it. I'm the first one. Alright, so we got some Ayleid Altercations over here. There is a quest. See if I can pick that up. Elf Beta, the Shy. I've met you before, haven't I? Elf Beta. That sounds very familiar. Elf Beta.
Hello, my friend. Would you be interested in helping the great adventurer Narsis Dren?
Oh.
He's busy exploring a nearby Ayleid ruin, and I fear for his safety.
Where did I see you before? Wasn't it Morrowind? The Morrowind expansion? Why are you so concerned about his safety?
The noted explorer Narsis Dren has gone to investigate the ruins of Wender, and I fear he may be in trouble. He left some time ago to procure an Ayleid relic, the emblem of the last king. Could you go and help him? He will reward your efforts.
What do you need me to do?
Find Narsis and help him recover the emblem from Wender. Here, let me mark it on your map. He had some Wood Elf allies, but I do not trust them. My dear Narsis is brilliant but impulsive, and needs someone to protect him from his own enthusiasm.
I'll go find Narsis Dren.
I can tell you a little about the area, but I'm afraid full information on the task ahead should come from Narsis Dren himself. Please, go seek him out.
So I probably haven't seen him on this character then, but I have in the past on different characters. But tell me, who is this Narsis Dren?
You're unfamiliar with the great Narsis Dren? Surely you've encountered his works at some point. Narsis Dren and the Drago Dilemma? Narsis Dren and the Well of Gold?
I can't say that I have. Are these published books?
Of course. But don't mistake him for a mere scrivener. He is a man with a penchant for ruins, a fondness for levers, and an appetite for adventure that would rival a sensuous hunger.
Where do you fit in with this?
I'm one of Narsis Dren's devoted personal assistants. Perhaps the most devoted. I compile his research, organize his travel plans, and transcribe his notes. I'm proud to serve such a gifted explorer.
You're quite involved.
I can tell you a little about the area, but I'm afraid full information on the task ahead should come from Narsis Dren himself.
Hey, you just completely skipped over that Elf Beta the Shy. Alright. Let's go find Narsis Dreno. Somehow I completely missed that way shrine. Oh, that's right, because I was going along this side. That's why. Let's go get that way shrine first. Ah! It's like, I think it's meant to be midnight, but it's quite light for a midnight. I guess the moons are shining bright. Wender is here. Narsis Dren. Over there. Recollection Whipvines. Out of my way.
Good to get the blood pumping, right?
Right. Oh, there you are, Narsis. Hiding behind a tree, that sounds about right. How do you like that time spot stop there, Narsis?
Hush! Can't you see I'm busy blending into my surroundings?
I have seen him before, okay. Good to see you again, Narsis. I heard you could use some help.
Ah, yes. I remember you. Still looking for honest work, I see. No matter. I am glad to take you under my wing once more in this endeavor.
Tell me what you're doing here.
I was exploring these Ayleid ruins, looking for the emblem of the last king, when my associates suddenly turned on me and threw me out.
What associates?
They're called the Recollection. I mentioned to them that the symbol of King Dinar, last of the Ayleid kings, could be found here. I never expected that they would betray me. But you're going to help me, aren't you?
Alright, where do we start?
We must search these surface ruins for two types of things. My own irreplaceable notes, and any information of the Recollection's doings. Those wood elves must have some papers about here. Mission orders, reports, or correspondence.
Well, at least they didn't stick you in a bottle this time.
Ah, yes, the case of the male moth mysterium. You'd be surprised how often that sort of thing happens in this line of work.
Keeps things interesting.
We must search these surface ruins for two types of things. My own irreplaceable notes, and any information of the Recollection's doings. Those wood elves must have some papers about here. Mission orders, reports, or correspondence.
Tell me more about what happened here.
I should never have mentioned the emblem of the last king to the Recollection. They sent a large contingent of helpers and drove me off. The emblem was part of the regalia of the last Ayleid king, Lelorian Dinar. You know about King Dinar?
We've met.
What? Really? You don't look that ancient. But then you know that when the last kingdom of the High Elves fell, its people and treasures were scattered. The emblem was a symbol of King Dinar's reign and an important Ayleid treasure.
So that's why you've come to Wender?
Indeed. I'd heard tales that the last king's 5 devoted retainers gathered here prior to his demise. The emblem of the last king is sure to be here, protected by the traps set by these 5 loyal retainers.
So just having a quick Google, it looks like I did definitely meet him in Greymoor. But, I don't know if I did. So I might have messed around with Vardenfell on this guy. Yeah, it looks like I've done a few things around here, just maybe on live streams or something. But, yeah, definitely in Greymoor we would have met him.
You were amazing.
Thanks, Ember. To Bregorian, Keeper of the Recollection from Gwyndethor, Expedition Liaison. Keeper Bregorian, I beg to report that the work at Wender proceeds slowly. The area surrounding the ruin is inhabited by Minotaurs who take a dim view of our presence here. They have gotten into the underground passages as well, and this may indicate that there are other entrances than the one we know about. We know nothing so far that indicates that the emblem of the last king or other Ayleid relics are within. Most discoveries have been abandoned bottles of aged wine, holy water and blood. The complex is sprawling, and there are several places where our progress is halted by some blockage or sealed gate. Exploration is further hampered by statues that come to life and attack our explorers. Deadly traps are still active after all these centuries. In particular, many of these traps emit a petrifying gas which immobilizes the target and gives them a calcified appearance, making it look like they have been turned to stone. Finally, there has been great difficulty with our official expert. He may have some knowledge in his field, but has proved to be insufferable in his dealings with others. If he is not boring our fellow wood elves with ridiculous tales of his exploits, he is drooling over some statue inscription or broken pottery shard that we have excavated. Frankly, I do not trust him to not pocket some valuable trinkets for his own use. I humbly request that we dismiss this expert immediately, either removing him from the excavations or removing him from the branches of life. He is getting on my nerves, and if he reminds me just one more time of how he impressed you with his suaveness and his knowledge, I will throw him down a well myself. Always remember, Gwyndethor.
I can't believe they're complaining about me. Me! After all I did for them. Fine. Be that way.
After this quest is finished, I'm gonna toss you down a well myself. Somebody. Oh, okay. Just hiding back there. By Narsis Dren. The research into the ruins of Wender have proved to be extremely profitable, and I believe that the emblem of the last king will be found there. This is a chance for an ultimate discovery, a boon to research, a series of best-selling books for me. However, a difficulty in finding adequate assistance has arisen. Bore-free dull blade is usually a perfect blunt instrument for this sort of thing, but the Nord is off visiting his family and old colleagues seem to be a bit, several scratched out words that might be selfish or cowardly, reticent to engage with this new opportunity. Elfbeta is loyal as always, but while she has a keen eye and excellent research skills, I hesitate to put her into dangerous situations. Besides, she runs faster than I do. I cannot expect to hang around dangerous ruins in the hopes of some scratched-out words idiot and fool, capable volunteer will show up to aid me. For this reason, I've reached out to a group of militant wood elves known as the Recollection. This new organization recently appeared in West Weald, not unlike the new forest that sprang out of nowhere along the southern border. I met with one of their mid-range officials, as they are very reluctant to identify who is actually in charge. Perhaps they don't know. She and I spent a pleasant evening over ale and small plates, as I regaled her with my knowledge of the Ayleids. Elfbeta's extensive research was somewhat helpful here. And my plan for an expedition into Wender, she volunteered to bring a few trusted members of the Recollection to help with the digging, fighting, and heavy lifting. Now, I'm not sure I made the wisest decision. Oh, everything is proceeding smoothly and we should have the emblem of the last king in hand by the end of the week. I'm just starting to get the feeling that the Wood Elves may not be willing to let me take the prize.
Yes, well, my alliance with the Recollection was a bit tenuous at best.
Surprised we didn't get attacked during all that. Note on the 5 loyal retainers. By Narsis Dren, the Ayleid Empire collapsed in the face of the Elysian slave revolt, its sorcerer kings crushed by the rising power of the Daedric rebels. Not all the ancient Ayleid rulers were overthrown, however, and some city-states threw in with the former slaves either out of self-preservation or because they felt the Daedric cause was just. Nenalata was one of those states, under the rulership of King Lalorian Dinar. As a result, his kingdom survived the fall of the White Gold Tower and continued as a vassal state to the new Elysian rulership. Over time, these vassal states were absorbed into the Elysian Empire. Ultimately, Emperor Amiel, note in the margin, or is it Amiel, issued an ultimatum to expulse the surviving Ayleids and take over their kingdoms. King Dinar fled before the Elysian armies, and in the confusion the symbols of his office, crown, scepter and emblem were lost. Note in the margin, check with Elfbeta about the year, original sources are unclear. Dinar had 5 loyal retainers in his service. He entrusted the emblem to them, thereafter known as the emblem of the last king. The loyal retainers we know were Lord Emerio, a noble knight in the service of the king, Parhalia, also known as the Terrible Fist, Balapelin, the Boisterous, a noted adventurer of great humor and girth, Von Dvala, also known as the Oracle. These 4 were all Ayleids. The last retainer,
Enemies are everywhere,
whose name has been lost to history, note in the margin, the one unnamed, was apparently Daedric. Though his origin, along with his name, remain unknown, to those 5 loyal retainers Dinar entrusted his emblem, and they retreated to a haven that I believe is now called the Ruins of Wender. The ruins were also rumored to hold one of the 10 ancestors, ancient statues from the fall of the Empire, but I have yet to confirm this. This may be why this location was chosen. The legends Elfbeta, tracked down, indicated that the one unnamed was the last to arrive, and this Daedric retainer sealed the doors to the underground crypts beneath Wender. Though whether physically or by magic is unclear, the one unnamed may have been a great spellcaster, for the legends say that the 5 loyals protect the emblem to the present day. Final note in the margin, bring more assistance.
Ah, excellent. My notes on the 5 loyal retainers. You know, It would do you well to study these notes. They might come in handy someday.
I'm sure that they'll never come in handy. Never, not during this quest.
Yay!
Yay, us quiet. We're trying to move around stealthily. Letter to Vashabar. Howror. Hope things are going better for you in Vashabar than they are here in these forsaken Imperial lands. We've been at this for 3 weeks now and have precious little to show except for ancient trash, sore muscles and short tempers, and headaches for those of us forced to listen to that dark elf prattle on about his achievements. All the promises of some great lost treasure have come to nothing so far, as all we have found of interest has been ancient bottles of wine, water, and blood. The others are about to throw down their tools and quit this place. We're in the heart of Imperial territory, and I don't think they're going to take our explorations well once they find out we're here. But the Dark Elf keeps saying, one more room, one more chamber, and just look at this inscription, bah! And then there are the traps, still active after all these centuries. The worst of them turn the careless to stone. We found a few blocked passages and sealed entrances. We think there's one set behind a huge altar, but that has so far confounded us. Our Dark Elf may be able to get us through, but I'll be damned if we're going to ask him. Better to keep him away, or better yet, let a statue come to life and accidentally fall on him. I'm so sick to my back teeth of this place. These creatures, and most of all the noted author and adventurer, Narsis Dren, may the wild hunt chase him and catch up with him. Love to the children and tell them that mother will be back in a few weeks, but remember, not a word about the recollection to anybody in Vashabar, not a word. Bredirel?
Let's head into the catacombs beneath these ruins to sort through what we found, away from this rabble.
Waiting to try the spell out.
You'll have to wait till next time, Ember. Wender? An Ayleid ruin west of Cyrodiil, the underground halls of Wender were believed to have served as a refuge for the fleeing Ayleids.
Come here, assistant. Let's take a better look at those documents.
Again with the assistant?
Let me see those papers we gathered. Ah, I see. The recollection found an altar but could go no farther. Sounds magical. There's mention of finding vials of blood, some sacred water, and a bottle of ancient wine. Yes, those are our keys.
Do the reports mention anything else?
It seems my former allies are not doing well without me. Petrification traps, locked doors, giant living statues, that peculiar altar. Typical novice stuff. Nothing that would challenge a master of his craft such as myself.
Living statues?
Animated stonework. Doesn't surprise me. They don't require much upkeep. But this altar, Ayleid design, so it will need some liquid to activate it. Ha! They have the keys but have no clue how to use them.
What needs to be done?
We press on. The renowned Narsis Dren is not deterred by mundane challenges. Let's find this altar they mentioned, and keep your eyes out for any bottles, vials, or carafes they have excavated.
I knew something was off about the Dark Elf expert. Sneaky-looking cur.
We've lost so many to the traps. Had that forewarned us about them, Givens would have never been petrified.
The noted explorer Narsis Dren is seeking an Ayleid treasure from the ruins of Wender. I agreed to help him. According to Narsis Dren, there is an altar inside the ruin that will grant us access to the emblem of the last king. To operate it, I need to collect 3 items from the recollection: a vial of blood, aromatic wine, and sacred water. just chilling here looking at this. This gargoyle. It's not gonna come alive, is it? What is busted? Oops, not that. Everything's pretty much done.
Hush, assistant. Do you see that ahead? Is that one of the Recollection's own? Turned to stone?
What am I looking at? Oh, that guy? Could be. Could most definitely
I
be.
hope I helped.
Looking at these statues here.
Isn't this nice, assistant? You get to walk through a ruin like this with none other than myself, Narsis, Dren, as your guide.
Down the well, I say.
Over there. What's on that stone table?
Down the well, pop him in a bottle. Vial of blood. A vial full of viscous, crimson liquid. Despite the age of the container, the blood looks fresh.
I have my own theories as to why such ancient blood would be fresh. Alas, the Recollection had no interest in my musings.
Don't mess with the street kid.
Okay. Whoa! This one did come alive. How about some time stop for you? Nope, did not work.
Look at you. Pretty impressive.
Just gonna have to crack you instead.